I mean, the last time we saw you was in April, and that's the day after you announced. And it's been 10 months. How you doing?
Doing fine, doing well. We had the first 2 rounds, made up about 2% of the public. And I'm heading south now, where I feel good.
And all white people, right?
Well, yeah, but not all, but 99% of the African American vote hadn't voted yet. And 99% of the Hispanic vote hadn't voted yet.
Yeah.
And I haven't let them know completely. I'm Jill Biden's husband. She's about to come out, so that'll help.
Well, you know, it's funny because I've been saying that all along. I mean, Iowa and New Hampshire, I don't believe are representative of the entire country. So you had a couple of tough weeks, but and you said Iowa, you took a gut punch, and Tuesday you placed 5th in New Hampshire. I don't know that matters. But do you still believe that you are the person to beat Trump?
I believe I'm going to beat Trump. I believe I'm the person who gets the nomination. Look, you know, you just had on what Rush Limbaugh said.
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Pathetic.
but it is part of the depravity of this administration. I mean, the idea that, Pete and I are competitors. This guy has honor, he has courage, he's smart as hell. And we used to say in Claymont, Delaware, he ain't a I won't get into it. I shouldn't say it.
We get it. We understand. We understand.
Well, Joe, a lot of Democrats feel on this note that because Iowa couldn't have screwed this up more royally and New Hampshire is 90% white, that maybe they should lose their first-in-the-nation status the next primary. Do you agree with that?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to see how this works out. Look, this is my last dance in terms of what's going on. If I win the nomination and get elected president, then I think things change a lot. But in the meantime, look, it's about moving forward. You know, the words presidents say matter. They can divide a nation, they can lift a nation, and you think about it. I mean, and all this guy has done has been to just drag the nation down and make us, I mean, in the eyes of the world, I don't know how many you travel around have to, for business or other reasons, be other parts of the world. I mean, we're a laughingstock right now. It's, and I just think it's really important. I ran for 3 reasons. One, to basically restore some dignity to the office and to restore some, the soul of this country, because it's really been ripped out. And then to rebuild the middle class, and because a lot of working class people left behind. 44% of the American people are living way below what they could possibly, I mean,
and all they
just
do
barely
is
make
tout the economy. So many people. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, money is a big part of running for president. I mean, I think it's crazy. I think it's wrong.
No.
But it is, and you're having trouble with that. Your fundraising numbers are not strong.
Well, we've been raising just since the first of this month. We've been raising about $400,000 a day online. And we're going to have some.
That seems like so much money.
Well,
compared to what they is now.
Well, you know, when you're spending, what did he spend? $25 million.
He spent $10,000 on sushi.
Yeah, well.
Who spent it?
Bloomberg did.
Well, it's his money. He can buy whatever he wants.
Sure. Well, I don't think you can buy an election. Everybody thinks that. Look. One of the advantages and disadvantages, I've been the only guy through this process so far, person who's been totally vetted. I mean, I've had a target on my back since I got in. I'm still standing. And I'm going to get a chance to debate Mayor Bloomberg. I'm going to get a chance to debate him on everything from redlining to stop and frisk to a whole range of other things. Look, the biggest thing I think we have to talk about is what are we going to actually get done for people who are in real trouble? We need a health care plan that actually provides help for everyone, doesn't raise people's taxes, and you can do that and get done quickly. For example, the debate going on in our party now is between one segment saying, look, here you have to give up whatever private insurance you negotiated with your employer. Even if you like it, you got to give it up. You can't keep it. Even if you want to keep it. And it's going to cost $35 trillion to do it. Where's that money going to come from? And one of the candidates says, well, who knows? We'll find out. I mean, how are you going to pass something like that?
Well, they always ask that question, but they never ask where's the money coming for military buildup. So why do we have to answer that question?
Well, you do, because $35 trillion is twice Medicare, military buildup, the entire federal budget. It's virtually impossible to do it without fundamentally raising, doubling taxes.
If people listen maybe to some of Andrew Yang's plan, you know, and take some money from the trillion-dollar companies that Americans help build up, maybe we would not be as panicked, because we would all be sharing in the profitability of these companies. What do you think about that?
Well, I think he's right about this, as we call it the fourth industrial revolution. Is there going to be middle class? Are there going to be jobs left with the technical breakthroughs that are occurring? You know, we've already lost 220,000 retail jobs around the country because Amazon everybody's shopping on Amazon. They're not going to the Saks in Chicago, or they're not going to Benetton's in Milwaukee, et cetera. And so that's a big deal. But I think more importantly, we can afford to give everybody affordable health care. Under my plan, we can give a public option that will, in fact, not raise a single solitary tax. I'm the only one in this race that's actually gotten health care done with President Obama, went out there and got the votes for it. I promise you I can get it done. And it will lower your drug prices, lower your co-pays across the board, and we can pay for it. And it's totally within our wheelhouse.
You did get it done, and I like that. One thing that is interesting to me, Mike Bloomberg wasn't on the ballot in Iowa. He hasn't debated. He wasn't on the ballot in New Hampshire. He won't be on in Nevada or South Carolina. Yet somehow he's polling pretty well with African Americans. You mentioned just now, one of your answers, that you'll be debating him on redlining and stop and frisk.
A lot of other things.
And a lot of other things.
No.
I want to know what you think about this released audio that just came out about his stop and frisk comments, because I asked him about stop and frisk when he was here on the show, and he apologized profusely for it, although he defended it as recently as, January.
Well, look,
of 2019.
Why are you laughing?
Well, I'm laughing because it's amazing how every single thing I've said for the last 40 years has come up, and I've answered them all. We're just now getting into the place where we're looking at other people's records. You know, for example, we have one of the biggest issues we have to face is gun violence in this country. And gun violence, not only in our schools. You send your kid to school, you duck and run down the hall, zigzag. How many of you sent your kids off to school and they came home and said, "Mommy, this is what I had to do.
Yeah.
I had to do today."
Awful.
And I've been there with all those families in Parkland and those families up in Connecticut. And, losing a child is staggering. But here's the other piece of it. Every single day today on the streets of the United States of America, African Americans and minorities are being gunned down as if it were a massacre every day. And we're not talking about it. No one talks about it. We got to eliminate assault weapons.
We're going to come back and we're going to talk more. We'll be right back.